Good afternoon. Um, I want to do this video really quick because I didn't have time before I left to go pick up my son. So I took some notes, and this one is called How to Spot and Deal with a Energy Vampire. Energy vampire. So, y'all all know what a vampire is. They suck your blood, they drain the life out you. So, energy vampire. Energy vampires are your friends, family members, or coworkers who literally zap your emotional energy, and here's how to avoid getting sucked dry. I'm sure at some point in your life you have came across a energy vampire. You just couldn't put a name on it. But I'm gonna read what I got. So, energy vampires leave you feeling drained after every conversation. They want your nonstop attention, and the conversation is always about them. So they leave you feeling drained, and they want your nonstop attention, and the conversation is always about them. They may be charming, charismatic, and the life of the party. They also may cheat, and they may lie, and it's probably someone else's fault when something goes wrong. These are some of the traits you might run across in someone who is an energy vampire. So, what energy vampires all have in common is they feed on you. People who will give them airspace and open ears, they will feed on you. They're like a tick. Unsurprisingly, those most often targeted are the sensitive, compassionate, always see the good in people types of people, like me, the empath. A lot of empaths get around, or a lot of energy vampires are drawn to a lot of empaths, a lot of sweet people, very nice people, people that just see the good in everybody, you know. Not everyone with narcissistic traits or who enjoys being the life of the party is necessarily an energy vampire. There are some who recognize what they're doing if you call them out on it and then they stop. Energy vampires, however, they are addicted to that kind of behavior and the attention that they get from it. So you got to pay attention. Generally, they're self-centered people and they're somewhat manipulative. On some level, they all know what they're doing and they do it because it works. Some energy vampires may have inherited those character traits from a parent, and they're unaware of how their behavior affects others. So, in that case, calmly sit them down and say, I need you to stop sucking the life out of me. No, don't say that. Be nice. But, yeah. Spending too much time with energy vampires can make you sick. This is true. Not to call anybody out, but I used to have people that would come around me and the energy that they carried was so heavy. And me being an empath, very sensitive to other people's energies, they would bring, like, literally dump all their burdens and hardships out on me. And then I would end up feeling drained, sick, can hardly go the next day. And I didn't realize back then what they were doing until I removed them out my space. And then I started feeling more energized, especially when they want to call you on the phone. That energy, it goes either way. You call you on the phone, constantly gossiping, releasing all their burdens and stress on you for you to carry so they can feel lighter. You end up feeling sick, drained. You take on all those emotions. So we got to set boundaries. What makes energy vampires so toxic is that they can be sources of chronic stress. If the energy vampire is someone you can't avoid, such as like a spouse, a parent, or a boss, Constantly having your energy drained by the individual is a stressor. You're constantly walking on eggshells around that person, waiting for the next shoe to drop. Remember that when it comes to looking out for your own energy and well-being around energy vampires, you're not being selfish. You're not being selfish. You're practicing good self-care. So, here's how to, I guess, avoid or kind of help yourself when you're around energy vampires. So, number one is you can just cut them out your life if you can. Now, if it's like a relative, you have to set boundaries, strong boundaries, or a spouse. But like if it's a friend or a coworker, you don't have to deal with them. Cut them off if they're draining your energy and making you sick. So, like I just said, setting boundaries is good. Another one is be too tired for them. There was times when people would call me and I knew the energy that they carried, and they were like, "Hey, I need you to come over, or I need you to do this." I'd be like, I'm tired, or I got to go do such and such, and just kept my distance because I already knew that they were trying to project their energy onto me and drain me. So, another one is gray rock them. And this is basically saying don't entertain them. Don't give them the energy. Don't give them the response, whether it be your open ear, your sympathy, or your support that they're looking for, and then they'll lose interest. Know the difference between venting and dumping. Know the difference. And then say no nicely. That was one of my biggest things back then. It was hard for me to tell people no. And I'm now in a space in my life where I will proudly tell you no with a smile on my face. Like, hey, I need you to know, nope, I can't right now. I'm having a self-care day. And yeah. And make sure you have a way to reality check. Determine which of your friends or family can be your reality check on the situation. Trusted individuals who can level set with you when the energy vampire in your life is acting up. Let me reread that. Determine which of your friends or family can be your reality check on the situation. Trusted individuals who can level set with you when the energy vampire in your life is acting up. Yes, it looks like they're getting away with murder. Those trusted reality check friends can help affirm that what you feel in your gut is right and not the other way around. So, I really hope this helped. And I've had my fair share of energy vampires, and I try my best to keep a distance. And, if you're one of the energy vampires, try to see how you can help yourself sometime before you go dumping your bad, heavy energy onto other people, because a lot of people just don't have the space to just carry on what they're going through plus what you're going through. So I just back then I remember one friend in particular was always something, and it would literally drain me dry, and I could never tell this friend no. I will always answer the phone. I will always try to give good advice. I will always be the shoulder, and it was just too draining. So we have to set boundaries, and I wish I knew this back then, but we live and we learn. So I hope this video was helpful. Sorry that it's kind of long, and I'll see you in the next one.